I remember it well, he was the deputy secretary, the number 2 person at the Department of Energy under President Biden. And no disrespect, but this guy was a chucklehead.
So I think, according to the climate scientists around the world, and certainly the cutting edge scientists that we need to rely on here in the U.S., we've got to get carbon neutral by 2050. And I'm very comfortable with that target, and I think that's the appropriate target.
By 2050.
Which is only 27 years. That is not a long time away.
And how much will that cost?
He came before us. There were 3 other witnesses. And he said, he basically testified that we need Congress to spend over the next decades or two $50 trillion, not $50 billion, $50 trillion.
Together on climate change.
Okay, then tell me the cost versus the cost that if we don't do it.
I think it's orders of magnitude different. If we don't get our act together, it's
you don't have a cost. You want us to get there, but you can't tell the American taxpayer how much it's going to cost.
I'd be happy to pull up the latest numbers that I've seen.
How about $50 trillion? Is that right?
It's going to cost trillions of dollars. There's no doubt about it.
Okay.
In order for the United States to be carbon neutral by 2050. And I let him go for a while, and then I said, okay, you want us to spend $50 trillion. You say it's an emergency. If we spend $50 trillion, how much will that either lower world temperatures or at least reduce what you see as the increase in world temperatures?
Together, our emissions are about 13% of global emissions.
Yeah, but if you could answer my question, if we spend $50 trillion to become carbon neutral in the United States of America by 2050, you're the Deputy Secretary of Energy. Give me your estimate of how much that is going to reduce world temperatures.
So first of all, the net cost. It's what benefits we're having from getting our act together and reducing all of those climate benefits. Let
me ask again. Maybe I'm not being clear. If we spent $50 trillion to become carbon neutral by 2050 in the United States of America, how much is that going to reduce world temperatures?
And he was dumbfounded. He was dumbfounded. He did not have an answer. And I was dumbfounded, Dinesh. I mean, this is the number 2 person at the Department of Energy saying spend $50 trillion, not billion, not million, $1 trillion of taxpayer money. And he says he can't measure the result. I mean, his commitment to stupid was impressive. And he was embarrassed, and he should have been embarrassed.
Mr. Secretary, shaming you for not answering my questions.